Police say this was a planned attack. They say the suspects actually scoped the area out looking for someone to rob. They say their sole purpose was to find money for drugs. Judy Watson shops regularly in Flint Township, but says she now fears for her safety after hearing a woman was murdered during a carjacking.
I'm not going to stop at places after dark.
Police say Sunday night around 9 p.m., 55-year-old Leslie Mills was shot to death at the One Stop mobile gas station on Corunna Road while a group of suspects tried to steal her car.
It is very sad.
19-year-old Matthew Risley, along with 5 other suspects, were arrested in connection to the case.
They were looking to pull a robbery of either a business or of an individual. They were not targeting a particular gender.
Flint Township Police Chief George Sippert tells NBC 25 the suspects drove Mills' car barely 2 blocks up the road from the gas station and dumped it at the Economy Motel. Undercover officers spotted the car, staked the area out until the suspects returned, and that's when they were arrested.
This was an isolated case. This isn't something that normally happens in Flint Township.
For Judy Watson, the attack hit a little too close to home.
I had 3 granddaughters that was just there 2 hours before that with their other grandmother at the gas station. That really concerned me.
And she says she'll only shop in Flint Township during the day.
People are desperate out there and they do desperate things.
Now, we've also learned that one of the suspects is a woman. I'm told charges are expected in the case sometime tomorrow. Reporting live in Flint Township, Jenny Suniga, NBC 25 News.
It's not about snitches, it's about doing the right thing.
More than 3 years after Nancy Williams' 35-year-old son was shot to death, she's hoping someone will finally come forward and identify the shooter.
You don't know. Nobody knows.
Police say Troy Williams was shot at least 10 times with an assault rifle outside his apartment complex on Vestry Road, September 2008.
To know how you raised him and to know that somebody really hated him like that, they don't know.
Troy was walking outside his apartment complex around 10 p.m. when he was shot at close range several times. Investigators say there were at least 100 witnesses outside, but no one has come forward with information on the shooter. With no witnesses, the case went cold.
Anybody who's been at those scenes before knows that some of those people were there. Some of those people can identify a shooter.
Michigan State Trooper Bob Dunham remembers the case well. It was one of 200 cases he reviewed before the Saginaw Cold Case Unit was dissolved in 2010.
But until we get witnesses to come forward, all the other evidence that we have is not going to be useful.
Nancy says she's heard rumors in the neighborhood that points the finger to a shooter, but with no proof, the case remains unsolved.
Just tell us what happened. Give us some kind of closure. Don't let somebody else's family go through what we're going through.
Until her son's killer is found, Nancy finds some comfort in the 3-year-old son Troy never knew.
I love you.
I love you.
Tornado watch in effect right now across mid-Michigan. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jenny Suniga. Let's go straight to NBC 25 Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa, who's been tracking the storms. What's the latest, Mark? All right, thanks, Mark. A Detroit mother facing child abuse charges here in Genesee County after her 6-year-old daughter dies at McLaren Hospital. In other news, police in Saginaw Township investigating a bank robbery. It happened just before 10 a.m. at the Bank of America in the 4800 block of State Street. Police say a man walked into the bank carrying a handgun and demanded money. He then took off on foot. It's not known how much money was taken. Police say the suspect is about 6'2" and was last seen wearing jeans, a gray hooded sweatshirt, and a white mask. If you have any information, you're asked to call police. Saginaw police have a person of interest in custody in a weekend shooting that left a 12-year-old boy in critical condition. It happened Saturday afternoon near 12th and Hearts of Streets on Saginaw's east side. Officers say they found a boy that had been shot in the stomach. He was taken to a local hospital. Police say he is expected to recover from his injuries. Flint police say they've arrested an underage suspect in connection to a weekend shooting on the city's north side. 19-year-old Jonathan Tibbs is in critical condition after being shot in the head Saturday night near Dayton and Winona Streets. He was rushed to Hurley Medical Center. The Genesee County Sheriff says an inmate died while in custody from natural causes, but it's the cost of his medical care that's causing controversy. NBC 25's Dan Armstrong spoke with the undersheriff and taxpayers about the cost of health and safety. Dan? All right, thank you, Dan. A major highway in Flint is shut down while police investigate 2 accidents. Southbound I-475 in Flint was closed at I-69 early this afternoon when a car hit the median. The backup caused a second crash further south at the Kersley overpass when 2 more cars crashed. It's not known how many people were hurt. Flint Mayor Dane Walling delivering his State of the City speech tonight despite his powers being diminished since the arrival of Emergency Financial Manager Mike Brown late last year. NBC 25's Dylan Collar joins us now on what Flint residents want to hear. A path of damage several miles long. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jenny Suniga. Thanks for joining us. It's our NBC 25 big story. This afternoon, the National Weather Service confirmed a tornado hit the mid-Michigan area last night. NBC 25's Brittany Noble talked with people in Midland County who are cleaning up today. Our team coverage continues in Bay County's Mount Forest Township, where NBC 25's Dan Armstrong found trees down and damage to trailers and sheds. Joining us now is Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Some wicked weather, some wicked damage, amazingly no serious injuries, and it looks like we're in the clear tonight and tomorrow. All right, thank you, Mark. Flint Emergency Financial Manager Mike Brown says the city needs to borrow $15 to $20 million to pay off old debts. Brown making the announcement in front of City Council last night. NBC 25's Dylan Collier is in now to break down where this fits in the city's budget process. All right, thank you, Dylan. In other news, a three-car accident injures several people in Genesee Township. Police say an SUV preparing to turn onto Roberts from southbound Genesee was rear-ended just after 11 a.m. The car that hit the SUV then spun into northbound traffic, hitting a minivan carrying a woman and a young girl. Fire crews had to be called to get the woman out. The pair were taken to Hurley with minor injuries. Trials for two women accused in the death of an elderly woman that was in their care have been delayed. Mary Chapman and her granddaughter, Vermeralyn Chapman, are charged with first-degree murder and second-degree vulnerable adult abuse in the death of 71-year-old Joanne Christopher. Christopher was found dead in March 2010 in an unlicensed adult foster care home run by the Chapmans. Investigators say Christopher died after becoming malnourished and dehydrated. The trial has been pushed back to May. Still ahead tonight, hundreds of Burton businesses fall behind on personal property taxes, what the city is doing to get them to pay up. Plus, some local schools are looking to beef up their bullying policy. Find out what's in store.